Hey, it's IdkWhatsRc and this is my Mage Training Arena guide sponsored by Smoking Dice. This video will show you the fastest way to get the spell Bone to Peach, which is a requirement for the Completionist Cape. Okay, so first of all you will need to go to the Mage Training Arena and you will use a Ring of Dueling to do so. Your goal with this mini game is to get pizza points to buy the rewards. So there are 4 types of pizza points and 4 mini quests. So by completing each of the mini quests you will get pizza points. But the very first thing you will need to do when you will first enter the Mage Training Arena is to get your progress app by talking with the entrance garden. Let's start off with the Alchemy playground to get Alchemy pizza points. So in order to get them you'll need to have at least level 55 magic to cast High Alchemy, and for the items you will need Nature Rune, a Fire Staff, Ring of Dueling, and Progress Act. Okay, so while playing this minigame you will see in the top right corner of your screen a little table. So there it will tell you how many GP you will get per item when you will high out them. So for example, right now the best item is Adamant Elms because they will give me 30 GP. So it doesn't depend on the item, it depends on the little table, unlike in the real RuneScape world. So now I will simply high out the Adamant Elms until they switch. So right now the new best item is Emeralds. So I will want to pick up the cupboard with Emeralds. And then I will pick around 10 of them and then start high alcheming them to get GP. So with the GP, after a while when you will be done with this minigame, you put them into the coin collector and you will get 1 alchemy point every 100 GP you put inside the coin collector. So after a while it will change again. For example, right now the new best item is the kite shield. So I'll pick up a random cupboard. I got leather boots. So it's always the same pattern. So if you go clockwise, so if it's not in the leather boots, if I continue clockwise, I will pick up the kite shield. If I continue, it will be the elm, continue the emerald, and then finally the rune longsword. So if you do the math correctly, you will always pick up the right cupboard after 2 shots. So if there is a green arrow next to an item, it means that it won't cost you Nature Rune to cast the spell. Okay, so now let's talk about the second minigame, Enchanting Chambers. So you will need at least level 7 magic, but I highly recommend to have level 87 magic to get the best amount of enchanting points per hour. So for the items you will need a lot of Cosmic Rune, a Lava Staff if you use the level 87 Enchanting Magic spell, and a Ring of Dueling and Progress Act as usual. Your goal with this minigame is to cast the best enchanting spell you can on the right form. So right now the right form is the blue one, so I will go in one of the corner, pick up a lot of blue forms, and then cast the best enchanting spell I can on them. Every time I will do that I will get 1 enchanting points, and every 10 orbs made I will get a bonus pizza points depending on what level the enchanting spell I use is. For example, right now I'm using the level 6 enchanting spell, so I'm getting 6 points every 10 orb made. So after a while it will change. So for right now it's the green form that will give the bonus. So I'll pick up a little bit of green form and then I will start moving to the next side. So that's the strategy to get the best points per hour, because 2 out of 3 chance the right next form will be on the other side. So yeah, if you want the best points, simply move all the time. It's kind of annoying, but it's not that hard to do. You can cast the spell while running, and when your inventory is full of orbs, you can go in the middle, click on it, and it will drop all the orbs you have in your inventory. Another very good way to get points is to get the Dragonstone. So every 5 minutes they will spawn, and if you cast an enchanting spell on them, you can get up to 12 points every cast. So it's really, really good, and you should definitely do that. Okay, so now let's talk about the third minigame, Creature Graveyards. You will need at least level 15 magic, and for the items you will absolutely need Nature Rune, Mud Staff, Ring of Dueling, and Progress Act. You can also bring a little bit of food, it will be very useful, and expensive spices. If you have done the quest, let them eat pie. Your goal with this minigame to get points is to put food in the food chute. So simply pick up a lot of bone from the bone pile right there, and then you will want to turn them all into food. So to do that you will use the spell Bone to Banana at level 15 magic. So simply cast it when your inventory is half full of bones, and simply put them all into the food chute, and then grab more bone and repeat. So as you can see right there, I'm getting hit by rocks on the floor. So every few seconds, I lose 20 life points. So in order to not die, simply eat the banana you create, or you can use the Excalibur or bring Shark, it doesn't really matter. And finally, the Telegraph Theater. So you'll need at least level 33 magic, and for the item it's Laurun's Air Staff, Ring of Dueling, and Progress. When you will enter the room, you will see a big puzzle. So the first thing you want to do is select the Observe option from the Guardian statue to have a good view of the puzzle. So now your goal with this minigame is to cast Telegraph on the statue to move it all the way to the little square to complete the puzzle. So if you don't know how to do the puzzle, simply click the link in the description to have all the solution. So if you're on the west side and you're casting Telegraph, the statue will move to the west. If you're in the north side, it will move to the north, and so on. So it's not really hard. I really recommend to stay in the corners so you can rapidly switch sides. So it doesn't really matter if you're close to the statue or not. So yeah, that's why I recommend to go to the corners like I'm doing right now. Every time you complete a puzzle, you get 2 points, and every time you complete 5 of them, you get a bonus 8 points. Okay, so getting the Bone to Peach spell for the Completionist Cape will cost you around 500k GP, will take you 4 hours and 15 minutes, and you will get around 110k experience in magic.